why are you bringing this service at this point of time?
PC gaming is really going through a great phase at the
Right.
moment. If you look at like globally, GeForce specific technologies like multi-frame generation, all of these things kind of combine on the server side to deliver really, really fast. We have over 4,000 games that you can
Great.
play.
Hello and welcome to Counterpoint Conversations. This is Ritesh here, and I'm joined by a special guest. We have John Gillooly. He is the technical marketing manager for NVIDIA. So, John, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you.
Great. And we are here actually at the NVIDIA GeForce Now event where they have just rolled out their cloud gaming platform, and we're going to talk more about it, right? So, John, to begin with, this is a great time to be a gamer in India, right? But why is it now, right? And why are you bringing this service at this point of time, right? It's been a little late, but we're glad to have it over here in India finally, right?
PC gaming is really going through a great phase at the
Well,
moment. If you look at like globally and specifically in India, the number of PC gamers is growing
well,
hugely. We're seeing on things like Steam this big spike in the amount of users using Steam, and we're also seeing that in India specifically. Not only are we getting that kind of rise, but we're also internet quality is improving. So we're looking at like an average 50 megabit download
right.
speeds from what's measured with Steam. So all of these things are coming together for us to really make it worthwhile, like to launch GeForce Now. The reason why we're actually launching GeForce Now is that we wanted to bring our latest RTX 5080 Blackwell servers to the when we launched. So we didn't want to launch and then upgrade or anything. So we want to make sure that out of the gate, Indian consumers are getting the best possible
Right.
experience with GeForce Now.
Great. I guess in the US also you have different tiers where you have RTX 3000 series as well, but over here you're bringing directly the 5000 series. So I guess that's something that Indians are getting the top of the line, right? And with that you also get other features as well, right? The RTX 5080 features. So can you talk more about that? How is it different?
Okay, so we have a mix. Will actually be a mix of 4080 and 5080, but it's using the latest SuperPod technologies. So 5080 is really engineered to be our fastest performing cloud GPU ever. So we have updated servers with more advanced CPUs.
Right.
We doubled the memory. We've included our ConnectX-7 smart deck technology and what we call RiverMax. So the actual network the hardware is cutting edge. All of these things kind of combine on the server side to deliver really, really fast, really high quality, and really reliable game streaming. Blackwell also brings a bunch of other technologies to bear. We have our what we call cinematic quality streaming. So one of the things with GeForce Now is that you can really sort of tailor what experience you get on your device based off your network bandwidth. And we usually try and get a nice balance of really pretty images, but good low latency and everything else. But we had a lot of people saying, "Look, I'm okay with a little bit more latency. I just want the best looking picture."
Right.
And so that's why we have a thing called cinematic quality streaming. So if you've got a 100 megabit connection, you can crank up the quality and in a whole lot of ways, just get the absolute best looking picture without really compromising too much on latency. Blackwell also brings with it a bunch of GeForce specific technologies like multi-frame generation
Right.
and which enables you to use AI to generate extra frames to get a much smoother gaming experience. And this is really kind of this is something across all the Blackwell gaming GPUs, but all of those technologies that you would get on your desktop PC, you also now get in the cloud.
Interesting that you mentioned about AI and frame generation that works across every game that you play? Or do you have specific developers, game developers that you're working with?
So for DLSS, it needs to be supported in the game.
Okay.
DLSS, however, has been our fastest ramping technology of all time. So I think we're supported in over 700 games and apps on desktop.
Right.
And obviously those games in the cloud, if they support DLSS, they will support it. So some games will have frame generation, some will just have what we call super resolution.
Okay.
But all of those technologies work in the cloud just as they would on a discrete desktop PC.
Perfect. The best part over here is that you don't need a high-end gaming laptop or a gaming PC, right? But then you also have competitors like Microsoft has their Xbox cloud gaming, right? It's a subscription-based model with just a few games. So how is your gaming platform different? Because the idea is the same. You can have any device. You can have a smartphone, you can have a TV, you can have a tablet and just stream the game. But what makes you a differentiator compared to your competition?
Okay, so the important thing about GeForce Now is you need to look at it at its very core. It's a GeForce RTX gaming PC in the cloud.
Hmm.
And there are a whole lot of advantages and a whole lot of very specific things that go along with that. So we don't sell games.
Hmm.
We don't,
Okay.
what we do is we enable access to Steam, Epic Games Store, PC Games Pass,
Right.
Battle.net, like a whole lot of game clients and game stores. And so if the developers of a game have opted in and said, like, there's a little tick box when they upload something to say Steam that says, yes, this is a card gaming title. If you buy that game, you can play it via GeForce Now. So that means we have over 4,000 games that you can
Right.
play.
Right.
Not only that, you're not buying something just to play on GeForce Now. It's your PC gaming library.
Right.
So every game that over the past 18 years, I think it is now, 19 years maybe, but since Steam's been alive, every game you've bought,
Right.
if the developers tick that box, you can play. And so that really means you've got this massive library. It also means that, we do a lot of work with games publishers to make sure that the big titles, when they come out that day on
Hmm.
GeForce Now. They're
Right.
supported that day. So you're really getting all the advantages of the PC ecosystem, but it's just running in the cloud.
Great. And what's the minimum bandwidth that you need? And you also mentioned about latency. So can you talk about the latency?
Okay.
Because I saw the demos and it was very impressive that you're getting a latency of 2 ms or 3 ms, right? And there was actually a demo over there where there were two PCs, one running natively and one running on the cloud. And while one was at 0, the other one was at 2 ms.
Yeah.
So can you talk about how you are enabling that?
Okay, so and that's my favorite demo because those side by side things, because
Right.
people like when they think about what cloud gaming is, they have all these preconceptions, but when they see it running next to an actual on device,
Right.
I think most people couldn't tell
Right.
today. So latency is there's a few parts to latency. There's the internet latency and the ping that you're talking about there. But then there's also what we call click to photon or motion to photon latency. So that motion to photon is something that on a gaming PC, like we'll take cloud gaming out to the side for a minute.
Right.
On a gaming PC, you're there, you're playing Counter-Strike, someone comes around the corner, you hit your mouse button.
Right.
It's the amount of time it takes from that moment that the mouse button's depressed to the moment the gun fires on screen. So it's the time it takes for the signal to go through all the wires, processed by the CPU, the frame to be rendered, and then the gun to fire. We approach cloud gaming with the same philosophy we do for that kind of desktop scenario, where we do everything we can to minimize the latency involved in that pipeline. So we want that delay between the click and the shot to be as small as possible. And there's a whole lot of ways you can do that. And we have a technology called Reflex that is from desktop that really aims to minimize that. We also have our G-Sync technology with screens, which are now variable refresh rate, which also helps with latency. And so for cloud gaming, we take the same philosophy. So with cloud gaming, we can control what's happening in the server
Right.
and what's happening in the client. So we have things like Cloud G-Sync. So G-Sync works if you have a supported variable refresh rate screen.
Right.
Works just basically the same as it would on desktop. But then we also optimize, because when when you're cloud gaming, you click the button, you're basically sending network packets saying, I've just clicked this.
Right.
It then processes it like it would on your desktop, and then it outputs a video and sends like basically a video frame back to your
Right.
PC. And so we do a lot of work on the server to implement Reflex, which is built into games. We also have a like server-specific version of Reflex that helps frame pacing and packet pacing. We have our RiverMax technology, which is part of the ConnectX 7 networking hardware. Basically optimizes the network traffic by offloading a lot of stuff that would normally happen on the GPU. And so the big desire with latency is to just completely minimize, the delay. And you'll find with those demos we're showing today, that's what impresses people the
Right.
most, because they don't feel like they're, throwing their click out into the metaverse and waiting for it to kind of do something and come back. It actually is that instantaneous response.
Yeah, it was very impressive because it went from a basic Chromebook
Yep.
to a basic smartphone
Yeah.
and even an affordable Android-based TV. And everywhere I could see that, the latency is very low. So I think it's good for gamers as well.
Yeah, if it has a screen,
Right.
or can connect to a screen and connect to the internet, you can probably game on it.
Right. One last question before we wrap. Uh, what's the kind of resolution that you support across all these devices?
So we have various resolutions. We have, if you've just got a 25 megabit connection,
Right.
you get like 1080p 60 hertz. We have one of the demos we were showing there is 1080p 360 hertz. So with our creators, we can support up to 4K 120. It all kind of depends on what screen you have,
Perfect.
and also your internet bandwidth.
Great. I think that was quite an insightful discussion. Thank you for joining us on Counterpoint Conversations. Really insightful. Thank you. See you in the next one.
Thanks.